You mentioned education a few times. What solutions would you provide to our education system right now to take steps towards meritocracy at a societal level?
I think the biggest problem in education is, well, besides not recognizing it as a great national priority, is that the Constitution makes it statewide. And then within the state, the school districts are, if you're in a rich school district, you have taxation that will pay for a better education than if you're in a poor school district. And that we don't create a bottom. There's no bottom to that society. And so I think there's a structural problem on that. So I think it should be treated as a national emergency. You have to say that that's intolerable, that exists. And then you have to find the ways of getting around that. I do think that private-public partnerships in various ways are big issues in terms of dealing with it. But I'm not an expert on education. I spent a fair amount of time with it. I think that there are a lot of people who are doing wonderful cutting-edge things to do that. I put together a group of people, a commission, who also lives in those areas that are dealing with. It's a poverty question as much as it is a education question. In other words, when you go home at night, what is your situation? There are a lot of kids who don't have adequate food, and they go into situations in which there are shootings, and that sounds ridiculous, but it happens in so many different areas. I could tell you many towns that I know of in which they go back into a traumatic environment. Yet there are very cost-effective ways of dealing with that. I can rattle them off. For example, after-school programs. You have an infrastructure there with the school system, and the school is there. And it creates a problem when you send the kid home at 3 o'clock in the day, because it's a problem for the kid and it's a problem for the parent. Because what's a single parent, a single mother going to do? Now she's got to take care of the kid at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and you could cost-effectively extend that to a full-day program. And you can also then bring back the enrichment programs, because the enrichment programs, things like art and the fun learning types of things that they can do, are being carved out of the school system, and they could be brought back. That could be done cost effectively. The difference of a high school student completing high school and not completing high school is approximately $1 million in their lifetime. Because of the issue, if you don't complete high school, you're going to be on the street. The cost of crime, the cost of incarceration, incarceration is between $80,000 and $120,000 a year, and the social cost as well as the injustice cost.
That's per person.
Per person for incarcerating somebody.
Yeah.
And those people who don't complete high school don't have a future, and so it's not fair for them. In order to have equal opportunity, I mean, that's the thing that we want to strive for, equal opportunity. That's what the country is the greatest at, and that's what we should be striving for. You have to have something like equal education. And so all I'm saying is I think that those could be cost effectively dealt with, but our societies needs to be able to put that money in one way or another. So public-private partnerships that could do that, combination of philanthropy and government, and look at the return on the investment that you're going to get. It's a fabulous return on investment, and there's a lot of that stuff.